Information time. We've lost oil pressure. Looks like a leak somewhere in the system. We're on standby for the time being until we can patch it up. Quick position rundown for you. The current top 5 are Leclerc, Aitken, Latifi, Albon and Stroll. So just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Sainz, Vettel and Verstappen. And behind us are Bottas, Norris and Giovinazzi. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:34.7. Latifi, Leclerc and Verstappen. Currently, the fastest lap is a 1:48.6. Here's the top 5 cars as things stand. Leclerc, Sainz, Verstappen, Gasly and Stroll. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:52.2. Fantastic. You've got pole.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. The rookie, Aitken and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome along to the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi, a vibrant city built on the banks of the magnificent Red River. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, with a circuit specifically designed to encourage overtaking opportunities. I think we could be in for a cracking race today. It's a track that combines the bespoke design of a traditional race circuit with the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the group. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. The rookie lines up on pole position, and Jack Aitken completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Sainz, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Vettel, Latifi, Kvyat, and Esteban Ocon. Norris, Joe, Valtteri Bottas, and Giovinazzi, Russell, Stroll, Nick de Vries, and Nobuharu Matsushita. Magnussen and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish. System checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap. Shifting up the gears a little sooner. This should help us save some fuel. Are you all right? Sit tight, the marshals are on their way.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the Vietnam Grand Prix. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well-deserved is this one? This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. AlphaTauri are your winners here today. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. With today's outstanding performance, Pierre Gasly becomes the new leader of the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
But it's absolutely got to be Alexander Albon, no hesitation. He put in a performance today that's only going to build further upon his already growing reputation.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull pulled further ahead in the standings. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
first position, front of the pack, and behind us are Norris, Bottas, and Vettel. Currently, the fastest lap is a 1 minute 30.3. Remaining, just 1 minute.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Latifi, the rookie, and Pierre Gasly. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before the braking zone of turn 14. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Now, we probably ought to start by discussing Sebastian Vettel. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be, it's about effective damage limitation.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Nicholas Latifi lines up on pole position, and the rookie completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Gasly, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Bottas, Stroll, Sainz, Norris and Alexander Albon, Aitken, Kvyat and Guan Yu Zhou, and Russell, Vettel, Giovinazzi, Kevin Magnussen and Nick De Vries. Matsushita and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Clutch bite is good, gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap. Trying to shift up through the gears earlier, it may help save more fuel. Leclerc ahead. Okay, gap ahead is 0.8 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 1 lap old. We think they've got 2 stops remaining. The time last lap was a 1 minute 37.9. Strategy is available on the MFD. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Got that confirmed. Seeing major wing damage. Box, box, box. Release, release. We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy. The team want you to shift up through the gears earlier. They think it'll save fuel. Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. want to consider switching to a lower fuel mix, we may not finish on the current settings. We expect the grip levels to start falling away soon. Complete, go now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Overtake button more, it's time to utilize some of this energy. Overtake button for more power. We need to push. Repeat that. There's interference. Moving you to a balanced downforce on your next stop. As things stand, we'll be third in the championship. To shift up through the gears earlier, it may help save more fuel. Our gap to the car in front is 8.8 seconds. the race. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today and the results speak for themselves.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Not the result our points leader wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Jack Aitken gets my vote today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Our championship leaders retain their position, but their lead is shrinking. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. You're leading the championship. Are you happy to be there or feeling the pressure? You had a close battle today, didn't you? You had a few bumps and scrapes today. Who would you say is at fault? Appreciate your time.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.